All right, Brad.
Yes.
It's time for Fez.
Okay.
Finally,
Wait,
after
I left my Fez at home.
no, well, that's okay. We've got a virtual Fez in the game.
Great.
That you know you can get into. After a good a decade and a half, 35 years, a millennia,
half a century.
Fez
of intensive development.
is set to be released on Xbox Live Arcade.
Great.
This Friday here, and just thought we'd jump in and see some early parts of the game, give you a sense of what it is. Here's Gomez. He's got a Fez.
I didn't know he was a drummer.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I didn't know that about him.
Spoilers.
I feel
drummer
misled somehow. So what's going on? This is pretty early in the game, right?
This is very early in the game. So, you know, this game's all about shifting perspective and using those perspective changes to climb and solve puzzles and do stuff. So, you know, here it looks kind of like, you know, sort of a 2D game.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know there are polygons in here.
So this is some...
You know what, actually,
brief tutorial stuff here.
I never really thought about that until just now, but how effectively they hit the pixel art look, even though everything is actually built in 3D, is kind of impressive, actually.
Yeah, because I mean, I can at any point just go boom,
right,
boom.
Like technically, this is all polygons. It's just like some really good texture work that makes it look all bitmapped.
So a big part of the game is about you know, getting these cubes together, and 8 cube bits form 1 cube. You got your inventory here. There are, you know, you end up finding all the shards of the cube, and treasure maps and artifacts and whatever the hell goes there.
Is that like CU bit? Is that how they would spell it? Qubit?
No, it's just cube
okay.
shards.
Because I think qubits are a feature of quantum computing, if I'm not mistaken. Which seems like a very Phil Fish thing to put in here.
Yeah. All right, so you know we've got these rooms here. Oh, look at that secret. Let's see if I go in here, it'll warp around. I get a treasure chest.
So are there a lot of those kind of forced perspective?
These little rooms like this, you
trick
mean?
Puzzles like that? Just stuff where, you know, if you looked at it from one angle, it seems like nothing, but then.
Yeah, it's sort of just more that, you know, you look at a set of platforms in the world and go like, well, I can't reach that, and then rotate it, and then suddenly you can. That sort of thing. And you can climb up here. Doors are closed if you haven't gone in them yet, which is a handy way to kind of view the world. That's our buddy here.
It's all old Snake.
Yeah.
Who are these guys?
They're just
little marshmallow people.
They don't really, I mean, you're just some dudes. They don't really go into, you know, there's not a huge backstory. It's just that all these figures think that they live in a 2D world, and then you kind of blow their mind, or their mind gets blown, and you get some special abilities, this rotating ability. So now we have a treasure map. I don't even know. I don't even know what this signifies.
I don't know that that's much of a map.
Yeah, this is kind of...
It looks like some boxes inside a bigger box.
Right. And then, so there's a lot of, like, iconography and stuff in the world here. You see, you know, these kind of symbols corresponding to Tetris pieces. Yeah. And so I'm much later in the game right now than this. So I'm left wondering at this point, because I'm kind of stuck. Like, do I need to be deciphering this stuff? Or, like, figuring out what the hell all this means or not?
Or is it just there to make you ask that question?
Yeah, and so, you know, it's a little, it's gotten a little frustrating because of that. Because I'm at this point now where I'm like, okay, do I need to, like, actually sit down and write down every single one of these things and try and solve these puzzles that way? Or is there just something else that I'm missing?
Crack the code.
Speaking of things I might be missing, I don't think there's anything in here.
Can you climb those? Can you jump and climb? Start with that lowest one. No, there you go.
Oh, can I?
You can't grab onto that?
No.
Ah. Yeah, mysterious. Have you noticed
there's a map in the game that we don't have access to yet that'll tell you if there's something in a room or not, which is useful.
Have you had much incentive to come back to earlier levels, like after you get new
It's a big open world. You don't really get new abilities per se, at least I haven't yet. And so that's kind of one of the other questions is like, can I solve this puzzle right now, or is there something else I need? Because there are artifacts in the game, there are achievements in place that say like, hey, there are artifacts to find, but I haven't found any of them, so I don't know if the artifacts have any in-game use or if it's just a bonus thing you can find. So right now, yeah, it's like the lack of information is really interesting, but it's also creating this maddening thing right now where I don't know if I even have the tools to solve the situation I'm currently in. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, I mean it's like you're wondering if there is a large part of the game that you're missing,
right?
Or if you're just imagining that part actually exists.
Right. Yeah. Yes. Which is a good way to go crazy.
Yeah. Well, maybe in the last 5 minutes everything will click into place.
Yeah.
And it'll seem like a whole different game. So I mean those cubes are basically like the stars of this game, right?
Yeah. I mean the full cubes are. You gain access to additional areas by the number of cubes you have. But these shards I'm getting are just pieces of one cube,
right. But so those things do gate your access to the later stuff.
Yeah.
Really interested in this like twee little pixel life that these people have going on here.
Yeah, it's a
schoolrooms,
interesting little.
And houses and kitchens.
Little city, I guess.
Yeah, and fancy top hat monocle guy.
So if I rotate this way, you see that these platforms work, and then I can rotate back to get up there.
So I mean, is that kind of your go-to solution? Like when in doubt, rotate?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff practically solves itself when you start spinning stuff around. It's not all that difficult. Must be from the front to open treasure chests. Getting all these keys, use keys, save keys to open doors.
Alright. Is it ever tough to tell? I mean, you're always looking at something front on, like from a 90-degree angle or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, is it hard to tell what you're going to run into versus what you can walk on? Like which platforms are... Does that make sense?
There was one spot, there was one spot a little later on in the game that was a little tricky in terms of just like, oh wait, I can totally walk on those.
Yeah, like that wall right there. Like I wasn't sure until you did it if you could walk through that, if you'd have to jump over that.
Yeah, and then I can jump down.
Okay, so is that basically just true of every surface?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not really, it's consistent.
As long as it's consistent about it, yeah, that's fine.
All right, let's get out of here. Oh, so. Yeah, depending on how you rotate, you can end up behind stuff.
Weird. So wait, can you move in mid-rotation? Or you kind of... No, you're... Okay.
It freezes a little bit there.
Gotcha.
So I guess some of the trickier stuff in the game is you jumping and rotating mid-jump and doing weird business like that. I haven't really had to do much of that.
Whoa.
On to the next area. Hey, listen. That's pretty funny. So now we get access to the map. Oh, sorry.
All right, what am I looking at here?
Yeah, it's a great question. This is the map. So each one of these could be a little room, like the school rooms and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
It'll let you know, if they're gold, then that means you found everything that's there.
So that biggest shape there is that level, right?
This is the big city area we were in before.
That's the overall area you're in, and then each of the little spokes is like one separate room.
And then that door we took at the bottom of the level took us here.
Okay.
And this is where then we'll assume we can safely assume we'll end up here at some point.
I bet you don't have to assume. I bet you know.
I do in fact know. Now I'm just trying to like speed run it a little bit. Oh, jeez. See, that's what I get.
That is the opposite way that you want to go. So, I mean, so at least it seems like the death mechanic is awfully forgiving.
Yeah, and sometimes it's, yeah, it's not a problem at all.
It's not even really a death.
It just kind of respawns you where you...
I'm fine with that. I mean, this seems like more of a puzzle game than a test of dexterity.
And the platforming never gets, or at least, from what I've been doing so far, like, hasn't really been terribly difficult. It's like, hey, those platforms are moving, and if you get careless, you might screw up one of these jumps, but it's not like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Now we have 2 cubes.
So is there a lot of musicality in the gameplay like that all the time?
Not really.
Yeah, that was kind of neat.
Yeah, that's not a ton of it. So we can kind of look around here, but the main thing we're looking for is right there. That's a 2 cube door. And it should take us to the hub.
These fountains of strawberry soda. What?
Oh, I wish.
Fanta.
Oh, nice strawberry Fanta.
The rivers run with Fanta in this place.
So as he said, yeah, you know, we can kind of go here. We don't have enough cubes to open these doors, so we're gonna have to go up.
What about those glyphs above that door there? Is that just another example of stuff that you think might mean something but you don't know?
Yeah, kind of.
That's stuff, yeah, right there.
Yeah,
that stuff seems to be really widespread. God,
it's like some of that stuff may map. Like so, that actually is the area that you go to is sort of shaped like that. So it is sort of a map.
So maybe it's just a sign
in a way here.
Okay, I was gonna say that stuff will drive me crazy.
So this is actually a secret door right here, but I don't think I can go here until I have gotten it from the other end. Maybe. Anyway, we can go in here. Mechanically, that's that's most of what you're going to see. There are crates and stuff you can pick up, and some of the puzzles involve using crates and moving them to specific spots.
Yeah,
there are bombs,
right?
that you can use to blow open.
So it's kind of like
some areas.
It's kind of like sort of simple core framework, and then more mechanics layered on over time.
Yeah. And then this is really stuttery, these transitions. It's a really cool looking thing, but some of it loses. I mean, and in some cases, if you go right into an area and immediately start rotating, it'll
it's still kind of choppy.
It'll still chop up a little bit.
I wonder if they're hiding a load there, maybe.
Yeah.
Something like disk access dragging it down or something. I don't know. That didn't seem game breaking or anything.
It's totally not game breaking. But so here's an area that I have found that I don't know. I don't know what to do here.
Huh.
You can drop. But if I drop into the water here,
it
makes a little noise.
That little, yeah.
And if I jump into the water out here, it does not make that noise.
Have you ever been able to lower the water level anywhere?
No. Nowhere else in the game has had that, so I don't know if that's going to be a thing. This is also the first time that I've seen a significant amount of ground underwater, so if there was going to be an area where you could lower the water, that would be my guess, but no idea.
Well, it's cool that you're seeing stuff this early on that you can't figure out, and you'd have to come back later.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if it's a matter of like come back later,
or you just couldn't
or if it's just I just couldn't figure it out.
Well,
so it's
maybe the more time you spend with the game, the more creatively you'll be able to think about things.
Yeah. And then up here, there's this sick bell.
Oh, dude, this is the best part. I saw this a few months ago. Because when you rotate, you can make the bell kind of swing off axis by doing it from different sides.
Right.
That's so cool.
No idea what to do with the bell.
I don't know if it serves any purpose, but it's pretty cool. So you were playing this yesterday, trying to figure this out. So you still haven't put this together? I mean, obviously there's the different symbols on the different sides.
Yeah, exactly.
That one of them looks like the Chinese character for 4, but I don't know if that one a little bit.
Yeah,
but
no idea.
I don't think that's the solution.
I'm sure that there is a specific order to ring. You need to do to ring that bell, but I don't know.
Ring that bell, Jeff.
I just want to ring the bell.
Ring the bell. Ring my bell.
I'm not going to ring. I'm not going to ring.
If you move on here, what's that? I mean, is this stuff in the background? Yep, next area.
Let's get up here. I think there's a bomb around here somewhere. We can show that. Also, there are an awful lot of Tetris pieces in this world.
Yeah.
I just wonder if the end revelation is going to be like, we worship the Tetris gods. Like, what? Okay. So here's an example of some crates you can kind of pick up.
I like how blobby he gets when he's underneath.
Yeah, and then when you're carrying a crate, you can't really move too well. So you see that Tetris kind of T piece in there.
Yes.
Maybe giving you some sort of indication about
what you might want to do with these boxes.
Oops.
Not that.
Not that. Oh, jeez.
Oh, no.
All right.
Oh.
All right. Oh, jeez. What have I done?
Aha.
Man, I swear this did something last time I did it.
Do you have to push the side blocks inward? Wait a minute. Oh, dude.
Oh, so it probably has to match from every perspective.
On every side. Oh, that's crazy.
And I just lucked into it last time.
Oh, wow. I can see this game getting pretty mind-bending at some point.
Oh, what do I gotta... There we go.
There it is.
So that gives me an anti-cube. There are cubes, there are anti-cubes. Both of them count towards your door count. But the anti-cubes are just kind of a little more secret.
Don't actually do anything that you're aware of?
Not necessarily on their own.
It's just stuff.
It's just there are, you know...
doodads.
Twice as many cubes as maybe you originally thought, because there are all the regular cubes. And then, surprise, surprise, anti-cubes.
Just don't let the cubes and the anti-cubes touch.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about this game, Jeff? Do you feel it?
I really like it in a lot of ways. You know, you have to be really careful when you're making those games that kind of deliberately obfuscate certain bits of information, because that's the part where I'm kind of frustrated right now. Is, you know, like, it's been really good about that stuff so far, but now I'm just like, I don't know what I need to do. And I don't have the tools right now to figure it out. So it's like, do I just need to stare at this until it all makes sense? Or is there some mechanic in the game that I'm just completely missing? So that's been a little frustrating.
Is that problem actually blocking your progress through the core game?
Yeah, right now, yeah. I'm close. I think I'm close to the ending, but I'm flat out stuck, and I don't know where to go from where I am. Like I said, it's a matter of like, okay, do I need to, you know, start looking at all the stuff on the walls and decrypting what that really means, and is there some puzzle that needs to be solved around that? Or is there just some door I'm missing, you know? Like, I'm not 100% sure what I'm even looking for. I mean, there are areas on the map. This is obviously, you know, this isn't the map of the full game or anything. It's just where we've been in this little playthrough here, but for the most part, but the map gets, you know, bigger than this, and it's not I don't think the map's particularly great at kind of showing you, okay, here's where you need to go to get to here, and all that sort of stuff.
Well, stuff has a tendency to stack up.
Yeah. I mean, now that I've spent a bunch of time with it, I can read the map and know how to get where I'm going, because I've memorized a lot of the areas. But, you know, it's not the most useful thing in the world. But yeah, you know, I don't want to necessarily show too much more of it, because it kind of goes on from here. I mean, there are definitely different looks. Some areas have weather. Some areas have day-night cycles in them. And there are a bunch of other weird secrets that make it a lot more challenging than it probably looks so far.
They do give this place a certain weird... like a certain sort of veracity almost, you know? Like, it feels kind of lived in, you know? Like wildlife everywhere, and something feels almost tangible about it to me. I don't know what it is. I need to play this.
Yeah, you definitely should play it. It's I forget where I'm going. Anyway, let's just fall to our death here.
Oh, all right.
And say that Fez will be out on Friday.
Yeah, it's $10, I believe.
Yes.
Our sound engineer,
engineer
Patrick says yes.
All
so
right. $10 on the Xbox Live Arcade
on Friday.
Yeah.
So yeah, look for it.